Welcome to the Winner Table Live. I'm Leah Welch, your podcast host. We're here tonight with Lance Prince and Johnny Walker, showcasing creatives, talent, music artists, and a lot more. I'm sitting here today with Cre8ive MC.
What's up?
Hello, Cre8ive MC.
What's up?
What are you into? I'm good. How are you?
Good. I just got off stage a couple minutes ago.
Off stage?
Yeah.
I missed the performance because I'm back here.
I got it. You got to do your
Music
job.
artist?
Yes.
Of
Hip-hop
course.
artist.
Hip-hop artist.
Yes.
I could have told the Wu-Tang. The Wu-Tang.
Word.
Where you from? What are you into?
I'm from Parsippany. I'm living in Marshtown right now.
Mm-hmm.
During the day, I work on cars, and at night, I'm pursuing this dream of...
Ooh, daytime, nighttime.
Yep.
I like that. How long have you been into the music?
All my life. 7th grade started off as a English project that I was failing. Third marking period.
Okay.
I needed to do something. I wrote a rap, and it got me a $200 scholarship. So I fucking rolled with it ever since.
So a rap that you wrote for a class you were failing got you into the... Who would have thought?
Yep.
Who would have thought you just never... You kind of just kept the ball rolling.
I thought I was gonna get expelled for writing a rap.
That's crazy. You know, they accepted that and they saw past even what you had going on. That's fire.
Yeah.
That's actually fire.
Yeah. Totally
Yeah.
cool. Totally
What
cool.
inspires you to like keep going and keep doing the music?
The music itself. Whenever I put music on, I'm just like, damn, I love it. You know, I grew up with a very artistic family. My mom was a painter and art teacher out of Patterson. My father was a sculptor, metal sculptor.
All right, guys, we want to interrupt this podcast to bring to you a sponsor of the Winner Table podcast.
And it's Nevea Verde Dispensary in Belleville, New Jersey.
Nevea Verde, we had the pleasure of working with James hand in hand and really getting a chance to see behind the scenes and how awesome and dope his dispensary is. One of the most upscale and best looking dispensaries. So definitely go down to Nevea Verde in Belleville. Let them know the Winner Table sent you and you'll get 20% off of your order. Follow them on Instagram as well.
Check them out. Show some love. If you're looking for the best guy in the Jersey area to clean
detail
your car, like detail your car, clean your car, and just make that look amazing. Bro, I love my car now. I used to actually not want to drive it just because of how dirty it was.
You used to not want to pick girls up for dates.
Thank you again for Orbital Auto Spot. Here's their Instagram right here. Again, thank you.
Man, so if you've checked out our music and obviously you're listening to our music, you probably are wondering who's mixing and mastering this, who's making this stuff sound so legit, so professional, bringing it to that next level. And it is Sounds of the Cosmos Studio, who is also one of the sponsors.
Thank you so much for sponsoring us.
They're located in Rahway, New Jersey. They will take your music to the next level. We wouldn't be using them if they weren't valid. Mixing, mastering, recording. Here's their Instagram.
Right here. Boom. I would like to thank Natalia Prince's Piano Studio.
Natalia is a savant when it comes to the piano, and if you're looking to get yourself to that next level when it comes to playing piano, improving your skills.
Yeah, you can find her right here. Here's the link. She's been Juilliard School of Music graduate. If you'd like the best piano teaching in the New Jersey area, come to Natalia Prince's Piano Studio.
And now back to the podcast.
You hear sculptors that's so detail oriented. I like that.
Copper and brass.
What? You can sculpt? See, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That's fire. So you were just born to be a legend. You just had to keep the creativity going.
Exactly. Yeah.
I like that. Cre8ive MC.
Right.
You got a lot going to you. How long have you been into the music for real?
So,
you said 7th grade. How many? It's a lot of experience.
Yes. I started off just writing, and then in high school I was a freestyling artist. And then in college, my coworker had a studio.
Oh, into the college.
Worked through the and then
where
still
we're at
here.
now?
Yep. Years after college.
I was gonna say this is a man with experience. You can just tell. I wish I saw the stage performance, but you do hear a little bit back here and everything. What's something you bring when it comes to performing on the stage?
I bring a lot of energy. I bring that good old school hip hop energy that I bring a lot to my live shows, and I take a lot of pride in my live shows. So whenever people see me, I want to get the crowd involved and participating and make them have a good time.
That's so cool. When you say the hip hop, is there like specific artists that you kind of like?
Well, I grew up with like Tribe Called Quest in the house, also like old school guys like J. Rue, Fugees, and then like newer guys. Right now I listen to Tyler, I listen to Kendrick, Joey Badass,
Joey.
All those guys from the Black Hippie group.
That's so cool.
Yep. So
You were saying you did the performance. How did you like the performance?
It was fun.
It was fun?
It was fun.
I wish
yeah.
I was in the crowd. How's the energy in the house tonight?
It was good. Well, I brought it, so like.
You brought it, bro. I wish I was out
there.
The Winter Table Live. How did you meet Lance and Johnny?
Through here actually. So this place holds an open mic once a month, and I live in Morristown, which is right down the road.
Right there, yeah.
Yep. So I came here the first night that I came here, and I met Johnny Walker first.
Johnny Walker.
And then
Legend.
through the open mic circuit around here, we run into each other and things of that nature, and then we just kind of
Make
have
it happen.
we have camaraderie,
Make it happen. Talents.
Exactly.
Talent in the building forever, and we're gonna keep making it happen. What do you think your future goals are when it comes to this?
My future goals is to leave my day job.
Okay. Okay. Who doesn't want to not work a day job? I'm saying.
Exactly.
Yeah. Definitely the dream.
My ultimate goal is to leave it, some sort of a carbon footprint in the hip hop community. That's my ultimate goal. But as for right now, it's just making music, putting music out, regaining a buzz, and making sure that people remember who I am when
Cre8ive MC.
Yeah.
Sorry, we are interrupting the Winter Table Live and Uncensored podcast again because we have another sponsor, Johnny.
The Smoky Mart Smoke Shop, located in Parsippany, New Jersey. They were so wonderful in providing a pink AK-47 bong for your enemies, and someone was so lucky to actually win it.
If you want to support the brand, Smoky Mart Smoke Shop, all you got to do is check out their Instagram, linked right here.
This part of this podcast is sponsored by No Labels Boxing.
Please show some love, show some support. If you'd like to get some boxing training and you're near the Boonton, New Jersey area, check out nolabelsboxing.com or check out their Instagram, No Labels. It's right here, linked right here. Check out No Labels, show some love, show some support. Again, we'd like to thank No Labels Boxing so much for sponsoring the Winter Table Live and Uncensored.
So we do want to do a special thanks to one of the sponsors of the Winter Table Live and Uncensored, and that is going to be Michael Prince, the owner of Knucklehead Bar and Grill.
So guys, here's the website linked right here. It's a landing page. Knucklehead's Bar and Grill in Glens Falls, New York.
This part of the Winter Table podcast is brought to you by The Sage and Me.
The Sage and Me represents a holistic therapy brand. Is the sage in you? If you want to be looking for that different type of therapy, something that isn't the conventional version of medicine and
the FDA certified,
right? And then you don't
stuff.
like that stuff. Try something different. Holistic therapy. The Sage&Me has that.
And Savannah, the owner and the founder, she has experience in helping people that go through trauma, helping people dealing with different things. So if you, like we said, check out the Instagram, check out the website, book your class, book your consultation.
The Sage&Me.
And let's get back to the podcast.
Where does your name come from, if you don't mind me asking?
So my father, remember I told you he was a sculptor?
Yeah.
So when I started rapping and in front of teachers, all the teachers would be like, "Oh, you're so creative. You're so creative," right?
Yeah.
So it kind of stuck with me. And then one day, my father was really strict when it came to like music and didn't like obscenities. So when I told him I was a hip hop artist, I'm like, "Look, I'm into this. This is something that I really excel at. And I'm thinking about going by the name Cre8ive MC. He's like, word. He's like, they call me the creator in Patterson for it.
That's so
I was like, Cre8ive MC, the son of the creator. And I'm like,
So you kind of always had that support when it came to the music, especially because you had the creativity already in your family.
Yes.
That's so fire.
Yeah.
What do you think is a lesson you've learned, the biggest lesson you've learned when it came to the music industry?
Not to give up.
Yeah?
Really not to give up, because there was a time when I did give up and didn't think that I had it, like it wasn't going to happen.
You gave up?
And then, but then a couple years ago, I got inspired again. And it's kind of showing me that you're not too old to keep doing your thing.
We love it.
Yep.
We love it. You got to keep going. There's no reason to stop. You can't quit. You came this far, you can't quit.
Exactly.
Can't quit. Ooh, minute 13. Is there anything you want to say to the future audience that might be listening?
Oh, yeah. So I got an album coming out. Make sure they spell your name right. That's the name of the album. First single is called Talk. It's going to be exclusively released through my website. So I want people to come to the website.
What's your website?
Cre8ivemc.com. CRE, the number 8, IVEMC.com. Simple as that. You subscribe it and you can download the album for free, 10 songs. And you can get it before I release it to all streaming platforms.
When are you releasing it? When do you plan to release
It's technically out right now.
Guys, go to the website.
So yeah, go to the website. I got some great joints on there. I really try to make it a concise project. Give it that real good feel of that old hip hop, or that real good hip hop. Not to say that like.
But if you need a taste of that at old school.
Exactly. There's a resurgence of the older style coming back right now. So I think
It
it's
does
a great
tend
time.
to recycle over time.
Yes.
If you guys are interested, you know where to find it. What's your Instagram?
Cre8ivemc.com. So Cre8ive_MC.
There you have it.
All right.